when Batman in the latest The Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, when Batman punched that guy real hard. Remember that bit where he punched that
one time?
Yeah, one time where he punched that guy real hard, and then he leaned down over him, and he said quietly, you know, it was raining, everything's raining, and you know he's beaten this man to near unconsciousness, and he leaned down right next to his head. He said, "Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Very Reasonable Pilots podcast. I'm your host, Charles Lung. With me, as always, is my co-host, editor, producer, co-pilot, and gunner, Jacob Cloth. How are you doing today here, Jacob?"
I am good.
That was my favorite.
I don't remember Batman saying that.
No, he said
movie.
it. You must have been
in
in the bathroom.
He did the same joke when he was talking about Loki last week. So
I didn't talk about Loki last week. I was talking about Peacemaker last week, I think.
No, Loki. You said that last week. I cut the episode. I know what happened.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Made the same exact joke. Repetitive as always. Charles Lung.
Never be original, Charles Lung. That's gonna be my.
That's his catchphrase.
That's my catchphrase. It's gonna be on my tombstone. It's gonna be great. But The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
What did you think of The Batman?
You know, I already told you that I liked the movie, and I thought you would respond with a text that said, either you liked the movie or you didn't. And I just received radio silence.
I am an enigma.
I'm more interested in what you have to say.
I fucking loved it. I had such a good time.
Okay.
I love that movie.
I was scared because I was like, Charlie's gonna say he hates this movie, and I'm gonna have to deal with that the whole time.
No, I had a good time. I loved it because it was so serious, but also it was so goofy. You know, like it's a goofy movie, and I think that's fun.
No, they already did like 2 of those. This kid went to college, right? Goofy.
Shut the fuck up.
I think he like went to college with the kid. They kind of did like a like parent goes to college storyline before that became a thing in like 90s movies. Maybe they copied those, but I don't remember. I think Goofy started that.
Yeah, it was definitely Goofy. So right now I'm just gonna list off rapid fire some of my favorite bits from The Batman. So if you don't want to be spoiled for The Batman, click ahead. Hit the 15.
Or don't.
Or don't. Who cares? I liked when Batman got punched by that bridge. You remember that when he was doing the wingsuit and he flew down
and he nailed the bridge. He thought he was gonna drop on that.
And he
car, and then he got freaking slammed.
He threw up his parachute. The parachute got grabbed by the bridge. He swung up face first in the bridge. He hit the ground so fucking hard. It was great. I love that.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I kind of didn't like that part because I was disappointed that he didn't just jump off with his cape.
I was too a little bit, but I don't think we've ever seen in a Batman before. The cape, he pulls a thing and the cape becomes a wingsuit. I don't think we've ever seen that. We've only ever seen him hold the cape and you push electrical current. I think it's really cool that the cape has like a purpose besides, you know, just looking cool, you know?
Yeah,
and probably
which
being
is the
fireproof.
gliding. That's the purpose.
But it like comes together.
He's making the noises.
He makes some noises. It makes some noises when it happens. And he grabs it and he almost gets grabbed by the cops. You remember that? I love that.
Yeah.
The cops are like...
I would have liked it better if he jumped off with his cape all flying. You know?
I mean, yeah.
That's what I want. I like comic book Batman, and I want the cape to be... Because that looks awesome when that happens.
It does look awesome. You're right. Maybe in the next
one. That was one of my, like, 2 or 3 gripes about the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with it if it's a thing where they're like, okay, this is an early Batman. Because it's clear throughout the movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't have everything under control.
Yeah.
If they did it, like, later, I'd be okay with that. But they better do it eventually, because I am not up for wingsuit Batman when we could have...
Cape flying Batman.
Cape flying Batman.
Yeah, I agree. One thing that I didn't like about the movie is that you never see Batman. You see him get hurt, but you never see Bruce Wayne being hurt, you know?
That's true.
I feel traditionally a Batman film requires at least one scene of Alfred stitching up Batman.
Yeah.
It's just, you need to have it. And so...
You need to have the obligatory Batman takes his shirt off. You're like, wow, he's ripped, but also he got his
really got
his boot
fucked
kicked
up.
in, and Alfred needs to go like, you can't keep doing this, Master Wayne. You're going to kill yourself. And he's gonna be like, no, I have to. I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, how did his cowl block a bunch of bullets? Because it's like leather.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like it was different sometimes. So maybe he has two different cowls, or maybe it was just the lighting.
Well,
it looked different.
in the ads, like in the PR stuff, Robert Pattinson was like, yeah, this batsuit's not actually that powerful. You know, it's really the power that Bruce Wayne puts into it when he puts the suit on.
Oh yeah, that's not true. This is definitely the most powerful batsuit out there.
At least it's on par with the Ben Affleck Batman suit, because he gets shot so many times.
Ben Affleck?
Or Robert Pattinson, he gets shot so many times.
He does. I mean, it's like just a metal exosuit. He's just tanking bullets.
Yeah, but and I'm okay with that. You know, I didn't think I would be, but you know, I'm okay with him. He can get shot from, like, if you're more than 5 feet away from him, he can get shot by you and it'll be fine. But if you're closer than 5 feet, it's really gonna fuck him up. You know? Yeah,
like the shotgun blast that knocked him back.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, one of my favorite scenes in the movie became the way it was probably because of another scene that is also one of my favorite scenes in a movie. So the director of cinematography for this movie was also the director for Rogue One.
Oh.
And you may remember a certain Darth Vader hallway scene.
I do.
At the end of Rogue One.
God, I didn't even think about that.
And then we had the epic hallway scene in this movie, which was amazing, with like the gunfire lighting it up as he takes out each dude.
It's great.
Perfect.
And then you hear the big scary footsteps, and you know he's making the footstep noises. Because Batman's like a ninja, and he can be quiet as a little
he's
mouse.
doing it on purpose to be scary.
Yeah, and I
love the pounding boots.
I love it. But like, I also really liked the fact that it seemed like Batman was scary to the criminals of Gotham.
He was, yeah.
He was not.
They nailed that in the very beginning with where everyone was running.
And that guy with the mask, I love the drugs, like the weird Gotham underground.
Yeah, drop heads.
Yeah, they've just like established this, and they didn't feel the need to explain it all to us. Because I really like the Nolan movies, but there is a lot of time in those movies that's just dedicated to, like, Morgan Freeman talking to Bruce Wayne about all the cool Batman stuff, you know?
Yeah, explaining what it does
and I'm like,
how it works. Yeah.
I mean,
we don't really need to.
If it's 2005, I understand, you know, the audience isn't just willing to accept, oh, a guy can, you know, hold onto a cape and he can fly. I understand, but it's 2022. You don't need to explain all this stuff, you know? I did not know John Turturro was in this movie.
Who?
Carmine Falcone.
Oh, I didn't know who his name was, but I've seen him in
John
other stuff
Turturro.
before.
He's in all the Transformers movies. Not a good start. He's in a lot of the Coen Brothers stuff. He's in The Big Lebowski and Barry Lyndon and a bunch of other stuff. He's great.
I think he's in some movie with Matt Damon about playing cards.
He's probably in some movie about Matt Damon playing cards. So skip ahead.
Probably either my favorite scene or my second favorite scene of that movie is when the oil truck explodes and Penguin is just like, yes, I got you. And then you see the car just rip through the flames.
It's so good.
Land. Penguin's freaking out, and then he gets flipped, and then the slow walk with the theme just pounding is just amazing. And when it peaks just as he gets close. My only problem is that scene would have been perfect if it ended right when his boot hit just in front.
Nah.
The fact that they needed to have his head just peer down was ridiculous.
But
that was so stupid.
I loved it because
they should have cut
dumb.
right as his foot hit the front.
You're right, they should have. And it is that there are,
because you saw Robert Pattinson's dumb face with the stupid cowl. I'm gonna say it, the cow's stupid. It shows like so much of his cheek when
really
all the
does.
other cows cut like at the edge of his mouth.
I feel like
you just see like his stupid cheek.
It's I mean, maybe cover his face up a little bit, but I like it because it's kind of related to the like Adam West cowl. Because only this one and the Adam West Batman 66 cowl have the nose like outlined. So I think that was an interesting design choice that they decided to keep the nose outlined. The bat, I love the bat comes out of his chest. He could use it as a knife, you know? That was good.
Yeah.
He should have had a few batarangs. I'm like, come on, bro. You know?
He didn't have a lot of gadgets in this movie. He did have, like, you know, a lot of grappling hook
He
things.
had so many grappling hooks.
They were coming out of everywhere.
He had so many I love
and I liked the way he was using them, just shooting it through people's legs. That was cool.
It was great.
You know, that's the kind of Batman I'm up for.
Yeah, shooting it through a shooter's leg, and he jumps around. I like the little explosive that he had, you know?
Yeah,
At the end,
was good.
he was like, because
But he didn't use it a lot. I mean, that was nice because you got to see the smoke bombing. That's what I love. I love Batman smoke bombing and then taking everyone out.
yeah, it is good.
Why didn't he have his own smoke bomb, though?
Because he's a nerd who just cares about having his car. But I think that this movie, it's trying to be very serious, and it succeeds in a lot of ways at being a serious film. But it's also a very goofy movie, and I feel like people should just accept that. I mean, his car's got a fucking jet engine in the back, like it's
Looks awesome.
an episode of the Super Friends, and it is awesome, 100%. But it's also stupid because it's
pretty cool.
He drives through an entire cement like wall without even like stopping. It looks great. I absolutely fucking love this movie, and I can't wait to see it at home so I can like pause and like rewatch scenes, you know? But
yeah.
There's a lot of silly stuff in this movie, and I'm a big fan. I liked when Catwoman just kept calling him Vengeance. Like, that was his name. All right, Vengeance, let's go.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
I like that, too.
I didn't like...
I like that they did call him Batman, though. I was afraid, you know.
Yeah.
Because they do that in previous movies where they don't call him Batman directly. But the Riddler, you know, constantly throughout the movie is like, Batman.
Yeah.
Riddler, by the way, was great.
Fantastic. Paul Dano.
That ending scene, this is a big spoiler,
Yeah.
so if you're still listening, get the fuck out of here.
Leave.
The ending scene where the Riddler's talking to him about Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
My heart skipped a beat when he revealed that he didn't know he was Bruce Wayne.
I was so confident. He was like, oh, so he knows. So this is that version of the Riddler. Because there are, you know, some versions of the Riddler know that Batman is Bruce Wayne, but
just doesn't want to reveal.
Yeah, it doesn't tell anyone, because if he did tell people, then he wouldn't be special for knowing it. That's always the explanation. So I thought that's what they were going with, and then it was just like, nope. I thought, okay, so I
love that.
I loved it too. My fan theory was that there was going to be a reveal that there are actually two Riddlers. That they're identical twins.
Because the photos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that too for a little bit.
And
that's why I like the detective story, because I feel like we were trying to solve it as they were.
Yeah, and I was like,
were you trying to figure out all the riddles before Batman did?
And I was like,
I was desperately like, what is it? And then, I mean, obviously Batman does it in like 10 seconds, but I was desperately trying to get one.
He was a really good detective in this movie.
He was
like
very smart.
He knew things. He was like, oh, I could tell by the burn marks that this is how it, you know.
Yeah, like you could tell by the way his finger was cut off that he was still alive when it was.
Yeah, or whatever.
Like, yeah, that's Batman.
That's good. That Batman doesn't need to have a he's not Sherlock Holmes. He doesn't need a fucking magnifying glass. Just like, and he had his...
Well, he's got the freaking eye things that I don't really... I mean, those could probably zoom in and stuff.
They probably can. I assume that his contact lenses that take video can, zoom in on stuff. But I also like the idea that Batman is wearing a body cam, basically. Yeah. You know, because he needs to look at evidence, you know?
Mm-hmm. I like that he writes his little journal.
Yeah, he's got his little journal.
In perfect cursive, all really close together.
Yeah.
Kind of makes him look insane.
He is insane.
It shows how OCD or methodical he is.
Yeah, and he calls it the Gotham Project. Like, that's on the journal. It's like Gotham Project Year 2. I'm like,
I missed that.
That was a cool name.
I saw Year 2, but I didn't.
Yeah. But I also like that not everything is spoon-fed to the audience, you know?
I like that, too.
Like, there is one scene in which Batman and Commissioner Gordon make a deductive leap, and they figure something out, and then literally 2 seconds later, the Riddler just releases a YouTube video that's like, haha, no, that's not correct. Which I thought was a little stupid, but I like the fact that the journalist that Falcone killed on Thomas Wayne's dime was probably the Riddler's dad. right? That's what I got from it. And so he...
No, I got that he was...
Because he was an orphan.
No, but he was an orphan while Thomas Wayne was running for mayor. And he thought that if, Thomas Wayne would help them.
Yeah, but then
because he was a Wayne he was an orphan when Thomas Wayne was still alive.
That is true. But Thomas Wayne, I don't know. That's what I thought they were trying to get at, was that the journalist that they had killed was Paul Dano's dad. Yeah. I really liked the twist ending of like why the Riddler turned himself in.
I did like that too, because it felt anti-climactic.
It did. I was like, is this just going to be another The Dark Knight where the villain turns himself in, but actually has a super elaborate escape plan or whatever? And it's like, no, he's going to jail. He knew he was going to jail.
He's into jail. Yeah, it's over for him.
Yeah,
he just had a plan as well.
But goddamn, did he fuck up that city? He really fucked Gotham up, man.
He really did. Yeah. I mean, in a way, he kind of won because it's not like Batman stopped him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all Batman stopped him from doing was killing the mayor.
And he shot them. Like, he got the mayor shot.
He definitely shot the mayor. Who, by the way, was completely fine with being shot after.
She really didn't
she
mind.
was shot. She just waded through the water with Batman.
Yeah.
Fine. I thought he was going to pick her up and carry her. Nope. She's just like, I got this.
Yeah, me too.
I've been shot, by the way.
I also like that Batman's like, okay, how is he helping those people? He's been shot like 700 times in that scene. He's injected himself with adrenaline. He just got electrocuted and nearly drowned. How is he then moving a huge thing? But whatever. He's Batman. He can do it.
He's Batman. Because he's Batman.
Yeah,
so.
But everyone's like, I'm really hesitant about, grabbing his hand. But the little kid, that Bruce Wayne saves in like the first quarter of the movie, just takes his hand immediately and helps him out. And
I love how they dealt with the kid too.
Yeah.
They never said like, there was no cheesy line that's like, oh, Bruce, I see you like this kid because he went through the same thing you went through.
Yeah.
They just make it clear through glances because he keeps looking at the kid.
I really didn't like when Bruce Wayne was like, my father, Alfred. That was so stupid.
I mean, yeah, but he does that all the time.
He does, but it's like, Batman. It's usually, he's Bruce Wayne,
It's usually later in the movie, it feels like. That was really early when he said that.
It was really early. And like, usually if he says it, he'll like say it in a more clever way, Bruce Wayne's always meant to be like a highly educated guy, so he's got, he can do wordplay and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I was actually considering, I thought they actually killed Alfred for a good couple of minutes.
I thought they did too,
Alfred
and I was upset because I was like, he just got here.
Yeah.
How do you kill him in the first movie?
And you got an amazing actor like Andy Serkis. I like that they just had a little old lady who lived with them. Because it was Batman, Alfred, and this little old woman who just live. And I also like the fact that Wayne Manor basically had every sort of architectural design imaginable. Like, Wayne Manor was just kind of this...
I don't think it was Wayne Manor, though. It was the tower.
Yeah, the tower was just
I don't know
like...
if there is a Wayne Manor.
A collaboration of all these different kinds of, like... There's 19th century, like, Art Deco stuff, and then there's, like, 20th century kind of, like, angular, pipes and stuff, and then there's all the really huge staircases, and it all fits together, Like, this is the best version of Gotham I think we've received on screen, on the big screen.
I loved the way everything looked.
Yeah.
It looked perfect. It was better than a lot of video game interpretations. It was just, like, it looked how I thought it should look. There were some stupid things like Gotham Square Garden. Come up with an actual name. Don't just take New York's name.
Just do something else. Come on.
Yeah, and... if we're talking about the aesthetic, the movie, I know you hate that word, but the movie looked great. Like the camera shots, the riding, like on the motorcycle, the first person shots, the shots of like the rear view mirror, like the side mirrors, they looked really good. And like this sort of like dark kind of red tinted.
I love the red
film.
Yeah,
it looked so cool.
Because it was.
Oh my god, I want to buy like red light bulbs and put them all over my house now.
Go for it.
Just so I can live in that style.
Yeah,
And just play the Batman theme really loud until all my neighbors hate me.
Yeah, like they don't already. That is it's a really good theme. I was a little hesitant because I think the best Batman theme ever is the Batman the Animated Series theme. You know, it's the one I grew up.
Is that Danny Elfman's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one too. I like that one a lot, but it's not scary like this one.
Yeah, this one has. I feel nervous when I hear it, but it's like, ooh, Batman's gonna punch a guy really hard in the face.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Danny Elfman's theme, it's like, Batman's a superhero.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Batman is the great hero that we all love, and this one's like, Batman's gonna kick some ass.
He's really gonna punch Colin Farrell really hard in the face. That makeup looks amazing, by the way.
He was probably the best Penguin.
Yeah, I'll say it. He's better than anyone we've gotten on TV. I like the Arkham games interpretation of the Penguin. Like he's this weird little gremlin man, and he's got a broken bottle in his face where his monocle should be. But I really like this Penguin. Oh
my god, he sounded so good.
Yeah.
I loved the way he talked.
And he was,
I wanted more of him. He shouldn't be the next Batman villain.
Well, he's getting his own TV series.
I feel like he's not. There's a Penguin.
Yeah, they're
TV
making
series.
A Penguin TV series.
Oh my god, I just want more Colin Farrell. To be honest.
It looks
great.
great.
He was so good in this movie.
Yeah, am I the only one who fucking knows any Spanish? You fucking idiots!
It's La Rata, not El Rata.
You fucking morons!
That was fucking hilarious.
I was like,
oh my god.
I love Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. He was
Batman and Commissioner Gordon's relationship in this movie was the best I've seen in any Batman movie.
Yeah.
When they were actually partners.
They were best friends. I loved it. And he was like, come on, man. Like Jeffrey Wright kept being like, he was basically doing Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon, which I think is funny.
Maybe a little
It's
bit.
like, come on, man, what the hell is this? Oh, I'll tell you what's gonna happen. You know, and he's got the mustache, and he keeps like,
yeah,
you know. But yeah, it's a really good movie.
I love the scene where they're together in the locked room with all the cops outside. And he's like, "We need to get you out of here."
You need to go.
He's like, "All right, so punch me and then grab the key." And he does that, and later they meet up, and he's like, "You could have pulled your punch." He's like, "I did." I love that. I love when Batman like softly says, "I did."
Yeah. I also like the fact that I feel like Commissioner Gordon knows Batman is Bruce Wayne in this universe.
I mean, he makes it clear that he doesn't.
I think that that's a lie, because when Commissioner Gordon and Bruce Wayne make eye contact in the funeral, because there's just like a 2-second thing where Bruce Wayne looks over at Commissioner Gordon and they make like eye contact, and I'm like, he has to have suspicions or something, because
maybe he has suspicions, but he definitely doesn't know for a fact.
Yeah, but one thing that I liked about this movie, because it's kind of a different approach to the Batman mythos, is the fact that Bruce Wayne has no idea how to be a Bruce Wayne. He's always Batman, you know?
Yeah, the way he's walking in public, just like stopping and freezing and staring at people.
Yeah.
He looks so awkward.
He looks like a weird creep. Which I like, because Batman's a weird creep. You know, he stares at through strangers' windows as they get changed, like a weird creep. You know, remember that?
It was a cool shot, though. It was weird, but it was a cool shot.
I didn't like.
I love the binocular.
I
like it because it's like it was parallel to the Riddler earlier in the movie.
Yeah,
which shows how similar they are.
Yeah, but also the Riddler was weird, and he sang, and he danced, and he, laughed, and
I loved it.
It was great. I loved every second of it.
The movie ruined Ave Maria for me.
It did.
That song is forever an evil song.
Paul Dano can
never be religious.
There is in the credits, there's like the version of Ave Maria that they play throughout the movie. And like who wrote it and played it, and then at the bottom there's like Ave Maria Redux, and it's just like performed by Paul Dano. Like he got
because when he was singing at the end,
he got a credit for singing that song, which I think is very funny. But if I was Paul Dano, I think a lot of these actors, they're trying to find their forever characters, like the character that they could just be for the rest of their lives while they like do other cool, artistically fulfilling things, and then every couple of years they do a Batman.
That would be awesome if we could keep having Paul Dano as the Riddler. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think he's like, yeah, I'm all about it. One thing that
Yeah, because I mean, being a villain is pretty. I mean, it's not taxing like being a hero because you have to be in every movie if you're Batman.
Yeah,
but if you're the Riddler, it's like, well, you were the main villain in the first movie. In the second movie, you might make a cameo. You won't be in the third. Maybe we'll put you in the fifth.
Yeah, or we'll put you in a TV series. I like the fact that DC is just like hiring these kind of like cool, not auteur directors, but like cool creative directors. Just like they're like, all right, we're gonna give you a movie, and then you can do TV series for HBO Max. And they're both like, yeah, because that's what James Gunn did with Peacemaker. And that's what Matt Reeves, that's who did it, right? Matt Reeves is doing with, he's making an Arkham show.
The Gotham show?
Oh,
I thought it was the Gotham PD show.
Yeah.
Or is that something else?
I think he's making 2 shows. So there's one show about Arkham Asylum and one show that's about like Gotham PD and the Penguin and stuff. And yeah, but one thing that I did notice that I feel we need to discuss is the fact that this movie, to me, very obviously was cut down in the edit. You know, because it was originally a 4-hour long
R-rated
film.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was 4.
I cannot wait till the DVD version comes out for that reason. I want the full 4 hours because there's more to it.
Yeah.
I want the R-rated cut.
I want there to be more detectiving and more blood, and Bruce Wayne's probably like peeling. There's probably definitely a scene where Bruce Wayne's like peeling the undersuit off, and he's like all bloodied and shit. And you know, Alfred's not there to help him, so he's got to do it himself. And he does it really badly. I just saw a fan theory that I think you might find interesting. That, you know, at the end when he injects himself with that like adrenaline.
Do you think it's like the drug from the comics where it's like the steroid?
I've heard it's Venom. Some people have said it's Venom.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, Bane's going to be in the next movie. I don't think Bane's going to be in the next movie. I think the next movie is either going to be like just grounded serial killer again.
They definitely tease Joker at the end, so.
Or,
I mean,
I think they might go actually, you know, comic booky and get like Poison Ivy or someone who has some powers that aren't just like a gun or whatever, you know? Somebody with some actual like superpowers, I would be cool with. Because, you know, I want to see this Batman fight Solomon Grundy or, you know, Poison Ivy.
I would like to see, Batman versus a huge villain, like a
Killer Croc.
Like Solomon Grundy or a Killer Croc.
Clayface.
Because we haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen Batman defeat a superpowered enemy.
Yeah, except for Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, on his own, like in a realistic movie. I hope this movie isn't too realistic. I mean, it was realistic, but to an extent.
Yeah.
But I hope that they don't push that angle and they fall like a comic booky route.
I hope so too. I don't think that they are going to push the realism too hard. I think Matt Reeves knows how to apply realism to like fictional weird universes because he's the guy who's responsible for the Planet of the Apes movies. And those movies are fucking ridiculous. It's about monkeys that take over the world. But they're also very like grounded and realistic. So I think that Matt Reeves is a good choice for balancing those two things. Because Batman is silly. He's got a fucking jet engine on the back of his car. And he's, you know, got a bunch of grappling hooks built into his suit like he's Taxi Driver. And he's just shooting guys with it. You know, he's silly, but he's also awesome. And he, you know, the tactical knife, that's so good. People had theories that was made out of the gun that killed Martha.
Wouldn't make any sense because he replaces it all the time.
It wouldn't. It would be dumb if it was that.
He gets rid of it every 10 minutes.
Yeah. I think the next movie, you got to have some more grappling hooks. You know, maybe more batarangs. I think there's so many grappling hooks in this movie.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of grappling hooks.
So many grappling
I would like
hooks.
to see more grappling hooks being used for getaways and stuff.
Yeah. Because the only one that he really uses for a getaway is
when he shoots it up the stairwell.
Yeah, which is a really good sequence when he's running from the police. Because I think it speaks to how well the world is put together that he doesn't look stupid. He looks silly, but he doesn't look stupid when he's running through the police precinct. You know? Because I was worried that, like, oh, you're going to put Batman next to, like, normal people. He's just going to look like an idiot.
I did have a little bit of a gripe with that, because I like when Batman is, people aren't really sure what he looks like. And in this movie, everyone knows what he looks like. There's probably very high quality videos and pictures of him, because he's everywhere. He just sort of stands around police officers all the time.
Yeah, and hallways and dark hallways. He just stands at the end of dark hallways all day long. I
mean, that looks menacing when he does that.
Yeah.
But even though people don't like this scene in Batman Begins, the first, Batman fight scene where he attacks the guys at the dock, people don't like it because it's cut really...
badly. But...
people... you say it's cut badly, but I like it because it's mysterious, because they don't know who's hitting them. You never see Batman in that scene.
Yeah. I think that is the good part of that fight scene. I think some of the shots are just kind of silly, and also guys are just, I don't like in Batman media when guys are just shooting wildly and never hit him,
I do like scared shooting, they're just shooting in a direction because they're he's over there somewhere, I don't know.
But he hit him once or twice. Bullets aren't that difficult to aim.
I like that kind of Batman, though.
Yeah.
I like this movie, but I like the kind of Batman where he doesn't get shot.
Yeah.
He knows he's running around, hiding in corners, popping out, taking out a dude. Everyone's scared because they don't know where he is.
I am wondering if they're going to touch on his training in the next movie, because the only training that they talk about is Alfred training him, and I can't imagine that's the only training he received.
Probably more, yeah.
I also...
Maybe they'll do Ra's al Ghul next.
Oh. I really like the scene where Batman hooks himself up to a wire and just runs down the building real fast. I like that a lot.
That looks ridiculous.
And the next movie, Robert Pattinson wants to do Court of Owls in the next movie, which I think would work very well.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Totally up for that.
All right. So.
Maybe introduce Dick Grayson.
Oh, do it.
Just saying.
Internet Dick Grayson. Introduce Dick Grayson. I thought they were going to make...
God, I wanted that little kid to be Robin so badly.
I thought it was going to be...
somebody kill his mom.
Come on, do it.
somebody kill his mom.
Do it, you pussy.
So you can have Robin.
Shoot his mom. Do it. I also like that in the, throughout the movie, Batman keeps calling himself Vengeance, and he's fueled by hate and rage and anger. But at the end of the movie, Batman realizes that he can't just be anger and rage, because that doesn't solve problems, He's also has to be hope and light, He's got to be a lot for the people of Gotham. Thank you all for listening to the Very Reasonable Pilots podcast. I've been your host, Charles Long, and with me as always is my co-host, editor, producer, co-pilot, and gunner, Jacob Gloth. If you like what you heard here and you want to hear more, you can follow, subscribe. You can find us on all sorts of different things, different places for all sorts of audio recording mediums. And if you want to learn some more things, you can watch The Batman with Robert Pattinson, because that's what most of what we talked about today
was about. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'll probably try to cut it down a little bit, listeners, so you don't have to deal with 40 minutes of us talking about Batman.
Unless that's what you want.
If it is what you want, you're an idiot. Watch the movie and form your own opinions.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.